What's up, guys? Coming to you today with Armada Wave 1 Gladiator Star Destroyer Expansion Pack unboxing. We're doing all the Wave 1 unboxings today, so after you're done with this one, check out my other unboxing reviews. So here's the Gladiator. This is the first of the brand new stuff that I'm unboxing, and we're going to take a look at it, and we're going to still have the plastic wrap on here. I'm really excited for this guy, because I like to play the Empire, and up until now I've been flying only Victory Star Destroyers, so it's great to have some more options. And we're going to start by pulling out the ship, and then we're going to pull out the little box insert that comes with. Alright, first thing I want to do, and this, normally I've been just pulling out the cardboard and the tokens and stuff first, but I want to pull this guy out first. Like all the other ships, he's got painted engines on the back. He is obviously a little bit smaller, but he is a pretty nice size. His paint detail is pretty good. He's a little dirty. He's got a little bit of good wash on there. Let's check out the underside. He's got a good blend of, gray and another gray. Pretty standard. Really, it matches the pictures pretty well. He's about what I expected. Now, we're going to look at his base. Now, this is the same size base as the Corvette had, so he looks to be a small ship, and I'm pretty sure that they said in the rules that he's a small ship, and the base seems to corroborate that. So he looks to be a small ship, even though he came in a bigger box. That's because his physical ship is much bigger than a Corvette, but he is kind of small. But yeah, he comes with all the same stuff that you would expect, and he's got, although instead of the little skinny pole that the Corvette has, he has one of these for, to go on. And that's probably due to the size of the ship itself. So when we set him in there, he's got the little phallic symbol to stick it in there. So that's kind of how he'll sit on there. Alright, so let me set him down right there for now. And let's start looking at the cardboard and the plastics and all of that good stuff. Alright. Let's see what new goodies we have for this guy. Alright, first let's look at the point costs and everything else for these guys. So they have a whole value of 5. We have our Gladiator 1 and Gladiator 2. Now the difference basically is that the 2 gets a red die on the sides, where the 1 only gets black dice on the sides. But the front and back are the same. They're both 2-2-3, 2-2-3. The 2 is better for anti-squadron. He's got a 2 for his anti-squadron, so that's good. Their movement, they're a 2-1-1 and a nothing 1-1, so they can go up to 3. They have the same upgrade slot capabilities, and the point costs are 56 and 62 respectively. So the 2 is much better, but mostly he's much better for his anti-squadron value. One thing to note here is that this is the first ship I've seen that has all 3 different actions. So they could potentially brace, redirect, and evade if they were attacked. And it makes somebody using accuracy against them a lot more significant, because they can really choose which one they want you to not be able to use. So that's pretty interesting. Alright, so there's that. Now let's look at our cards that we've got here. We've got Admiral Screed. He costs 26, and once per activation, when a friendly ship is attacking, it may spend 1 die, change a die to a face with a crit icon. So you can spend a die to make sure that you get a crit, which is great if you have blank dice, because you can spend the blank dice, right? So he seems pretty cool, a good way to confirm that. And this is a face with a crit icon. I believe the black dice have one that has a hit and a crit, so he can turn a blank. He can spend a blank to change. Like if you have 2 blanks, you can spend 1 blank to turn the other one to a hit and a crit. That's pretty nice. And he costs 26 points though, but that's very cool. Admiral Chirano. We've seen this guy in X-Wing, although it's different artwork. Right, he costs 10. And with the Squadron command, he says, squadrons that you activate can move even if they are engaged. When an engaged squadron moves in this way, treat him as having the printed speed of 2. Now this has some synergy with some of the stuff that we've seen before. if you use one of the titles for the victory class, you can bump that up to a 3 because it increases the printed value. So there are ways to have synergy with this, but that's a nice way to like maybe force bombers through, and that's pretty cool. This was one that was kind of spoiled but not officially spoiled, so it's nice to actually see it in print. Weapons Liaison, we've seen that one before. Sensor Team, I haven't seen this one yet. When attacking, you may exhaust this card and spend 1 die to change one of your dice to a face with an accuracy icon. So he's kind of like Screed rather, but you have to exhaust him, and you're spending a die to, that's good if you really need to force an accuracy. And he's also only 5 points. Nav Team, and we've seen that before. Engine Text, we've seen this one before, but this is new to Wave 1. So when you're doing the nav action after you execute a maneuver, you may exhaust this card to execute a 1-speed maneuver. So this is a little boost, which is great. Expanded Launchers, a modification. The battery armament from your front hull zone is increased by 2 black dice. Now this costs 13. This is expensive, but it looks great, and I think it's going to be really fun. Assault Concussion Missiles. We've seen this one before. Ooh, we got titles here. The Demolisher. During your activation, you can perform 1 of your attacks after you execute a maneuver. So, wow. So you can... Only 1 of your attacks. You can attack, then move, then attack again. And of course it's going to follow the same restrictions. You wouldn't be able to attack from the same hull zone that you already had unless something's letting you do that. But that's really cool. That makes the game feel a little bit more like X-Wing, where you move then shoot. Which I tell you was the hardest thing transitioning from X-Wing to Armada, and like learning the new game is getting that order down, but this one's going to screw it up for me. Now we've got Insidious. The black dice in your battery armament can be used at medium range. This effect applies only while attacking the rear hull zone of a ship. This card was spoiled already, but that's awesome that you can, if you can get behind somebody, you can, use black dice from medium range, which is fantastic. So, very cool, good titles. I actually picked up 2 of these things, so I'm going to try and fly 2 of them, and now I have 2 titles to put on 2 of them. So that is the Gladiator class Star Destroyer expansion pack, and for size, I'm going to show it to you next to a Victory. So it's still big, but not quite as big as the Victory. So, it'll look good having some diversity out there in the field. Alright. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and as always, like and subscribe and comment, and check out my other Wave 1 videos, and check out all my other stuff. Alright, thanks a lot. See ya.